It was a big room I stepped into, tall ceilings embedded with countless bulbs, shining the light on those warm yellow walls. It was bubbling with life, people seated around in their places, chit-chatting, waiting for someone to occupy the stage. I took my seat. There were all these bright people around, all smiling with a similar ecstasy. You know, I was excited. I had just started a new phase of my life. People were still chit-chatting. I turned to my right, shook a few hands, stopped a bit. I turned to the left, shook another few hands, stopped a bit. Exchanged phone numbers, Insta IDs, LinkedIn IDs, even though I didn't have one. Right in the front, next to the stage, was a portrait of Mr. Kalam in his iconic pose. It made my mind race with thoughts, thinking about all the possibilities, while everyone was still chit-chatting. All of a sudden, I hear someone shouting at me. The stage was occupied now. They were here. They bolted the doors of the room and they shouted again. Some were expletives. They rushed in, intimidating everyone, shouted again, forcing me to stand up, forcing me to put my t-shirt in my jeans even when I didn't want to, forcing me to tuck in, forcing me. Forcing not only me, but also the person next to me, forcing everyone around. The chit-chatting had stopped. The smiles were gone. It was intimidating, it was scary, I was new, and so were the others. All this because they wanted power. They were demanding something that I knew could only be earned. They wanted respect. What was worse was that this was happening in a room with Mr. Kalam watching. What was worse was that this was happening at an academic institution and that they still thought shouting made them command power. What was worse was that they thought respect could be forced upon. What was worse was that it made me question my future at the place. It was an example of mental cannibalism, a student body stripping itself of its wings to freely express. What was worse was that it made me feel helpless. This was 2018. This was my anti-ragging session. This was how I was welcomed as a freshman to my college. They were my seniors.